Hi, Gemini, and welcome to your October 2023 read. All right, this read is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Let's get started. All right, Gemini, let's see what's happening for October. Okay, well, we've been down this path, and now we're definitely over, signed, sealed, and delivered without question. In love, a decision's been made either 4 weeks or 4 months ago. I feel it's more 4 weeks where a decision has been made to change your road to love, in terms of if that means, changing how you feel about it, what you think about it, how you think about it. The changes of, right? Changing the way that has been in the past, Gemini, confusing you, right? Love has been definitely a thorn in one side, shall we say, right? Only because we have attempted to accept certain things that no longer serve us. And we've convinced ourselves, right? Probably through, which, is very egoic, probably through the egoic sense of what we want and what we truly want as being the thorn in one side, right, of our own truth, and what it is that we've established in terms of knowing that versus really doing it, right? It's been the contention of question at hand to really go with what we feel instead of what we've been doing, going with, history has a way of repeating itself in order for us to really see the light of a new day. And that's what's happened here, right? Relationships, belief systems, we've come to terms with the inner essence of our own truth in order to not necessarily wait around and or bear any questions of what it is we want, how it's going to look like, how it's going to taste, and how it's going to feel. Oh, look at this. Wow, look at this. And look at this. Right? These are, let's just put here, let me just push this back for a minute so you could see. Okay? These are the things that have continued to skew our way of thinking, and continuously the pondering, the thinking, the ego of, instead of feeling it, having our thoughts just really manipulate how we feel, and why it's taken us so long to literally walk away from, again, people, places, and ways of which we are not able, or they weren't able to show us their true colors, right? We walk away because there are people, maybe Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, which were not serving your highest good, because this moon is reversed and this one's not. So someone's not emotionally available, hence the emotions of the self already knew it was time to go. And yes, it's been definitely weighing on us heavily as we continue to move forward. We don't want to go back. This is like signed, sealed, and delivered. This is literally the nail The thorn in the side, the nail in the coffin, not literally, it's figurative. But we're not going back. There's no way we're going back. Not this time. So carry that inner struggle of what it is that was being skewed out of relationship issues that could not sustain, so that we can move forward and like, let's go, right? Let's become the Leo, Aries, Sag of our own life. Assertive, beautiful, assertive, knowing what we want is just a new beginning. But we have to value ourselves in doing so. So if you're dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, Aries, Sag, and we have Leo reversed here, right? Someone's licking their wounds. It could be a water sign. Well, I think you have them all. Water, and you do have your own sign. You have all the signs. So do not make it fit, but if it resonates, then it's for you. This is not a one-time event that happened. This is over the course of time, like 10 years here, twice. For some, maybe even 20 years of continuing to go back, because we sit there and the mind tries to outdo the heart, and someone's not emotionally available, the moon reversed, emotionally available, and maybe not financially available. When you come to terms, Gemini, when a Gemini comes to terms with the mind, body, soul connect, the Trinity, we don't want a piece of what's missing within us to come out and show up of what's missing in others. The inner shows us the outer. It's right here. The inner workings of what someone or the last 10 experiences, loves, years, months of pain shows us. Mind, body, soul connect cannot fill a void. We need to become whole. That moon is a full moon for a reason. That means we're required to really look within our own selves and say that you know that we're not going to just deal with a piece of the pie. We want the whole pie. Some of you love to bake. I don't know. I've never used baking as an analogy, or that I can remember using it as an analogy. But listen, the situation is the things that get cut out of our lives are for our highest good. We know that. So let's close that door, put the nail in the coffin, and move on so that these things don't repetitively come back again. To what? To haunt us. And that's why they say things that come back are haunting. These are haunting. This does not give us peace, but it needs to give us peace once we walk away from it for good, right? And we don't go back. When you don't go back, you feel your peace. You're at peace. Like the ultimate peace. The ultimate piece of the whole with which we have come into and onto this earth plane for and as. We came into this earth plane as a whole. And then little by little, chips off of, chips happen. Little chipping away at our heart happens. 3 in particular. Of someone else filling a void that we internally need to see. So we've seen that now. And we know better. Is that right? We know better. Just, having people in our lives hang around for no reason without someone's actions speaking louder than their words is what Albert Einstein said is insanity. Doing the same old, different day, and not learning the lessons that it imparts upon us, each and every one of us, is insanity. Let's get some cards here for Gemini, please. Look at that. That's insanity. A relationship that continues to show itself to you as not being the one, is the first order of business, is what they're telling me. Because you've realized, it came reversed. You've realized that someone who posed as the real deal, the one, turned out not to be. We'll put this in the center. It's almost as if it's like a fake twin flame. Which constitutes a soulmate that teaches us lessons that we already knew but did not choose to believe it or accept it, more importantly. And, more importantly, forgive it. Forgiving those who, do you know how many times I have dealt with customers, clients who say, but they had so much potential. Potential is 70% of your heart, and the 30%'s missing. Oh my God. Codependency came out immediately in my mind, just went, oh my God, this is codependent. Fearful of losing you. Because why are they codependent and get into a fearful mode of, oh my God, I don't want to lose this person? It's codependency. If I lose this person, they're not going to be in the same energetic vibration as I am. Someone raised their vibration to the point where they said, I have become masculine and feminine as one. I am the whole of all. And I will no longer tolerate people, places, and things that want to drag me down and chain me up to the ways that they believe it should feel like and or look like. So yeah, the devil's in the details, which is right here. The devil's in the details. And the details are the Trinity, our heavenly Trinity, saying, you already know this is toxic. Do I need to tell you? You already know someone's emotional stability is definitely in question. Emotional stability, financial stability. Who's hovering around codependently on your coattails? And, you know, put in the comment section if this relates to you, because how many times have you gone back? How many times have you allowed others to just come back and give you a song and dance and you said yes? 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands. Who wants to come back for more? Look, at this just flew out as I was picking up the vice versa deck. Don't even think. There's no coming back. 10 of Wands twice. Upright. Haven't we had enough? Literally, enough is enough here. Let's get back to work. Let's work on our own selves. Someone may come back and try to say, oh my God, let's work it out. The devil's not reversed. Devil's upright. Because the same old is going to happen if you reconsider. The 8 of Pentacles and the devil, please. Oh, look at that. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Hello. Make it a priority, Gemini, to take those codependent relationships out of your life so that your ancestral lineage can also, those ties of what our ancestors probably tried doing and weren't able to, we're the ones now who hold that passing the torch. Let go. Let go and work on yourselves right here. Work on yourselves. Someone else may try to come back and say, hey, let's work it out. But you will be healed. Or you're healing right now. Give yourself 3 months. We have 2 3s. What was the third? Look at that. 10 of Swords reversed. You have 2 10 of Swords and 9 of Swords. I'm sorry. Wait, 9 and 10. You have 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 10 and 10 of Wands twice. The 3 of Swords is upright and then it reverses itself because you're working on yourself. Working on yourself enables you to not go back to, right, we said toxicity. The devil upright is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That is something that we need to really be aware of. This is a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I almost lost my voice. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio was clarified by the devil. Codependence, relationship. I have to put it where it was clarified as, even though it's here also. The 2 of Cups reversed, which is the codependent. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? So Gemini, You're dealing with your healing of your heart in a relationship that was codependent with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And guess what? That ending 3-4 months ago, or weeks, has caused someone to hopefully find their person or their wholeness, even more importantly, through this pain and suffering. Someone then becomes emotionally and mentally, which is you as well, available. Tell me more about Gemini, masculine, feminine, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, masculine and feminine. It's time now to merge the two. Say goodbye to what? That tornado that hit. It's right here, the tornado. Right? What is the tornado? The tornado is the nail in the coffin that says, I'm not going back, and I'm merging my intellect, which is mind, and my emotions, mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. When the mind and the heart merge to say, I want a new, which is one, which is right here. It's reversed because we're in the healing stage. So it certainly did probably just happen 3-4 weeks ago, for sure. But in order to get back to wholeness, we need to take the time out that's needed in order to merge the intellect of the mind and the emotions of the heart. And walked away, well, literally, some of you have learned your lessons finally and left the scene. Left knowing that the 6 is balancing of swords, is balancing your yin and yang. And then you become what? So strong. You become strong, and in October, this becomes a new beginning. The mental and the emotional merge to become one and balanced with the 6 of swords. That's the balance of masculine and feminine. Not going back, becoming strong, and leaving it all behind. Not going back, just not going back. See? There you go. A new beginning, a new start, a new road, and it's beautiful. Are you kidding me? So, some of you Geminis have already gone through this, clearly, because the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Swords with 2 10 of Wands is where you're actually, just as the veil unravels and shows itself as very thin, the veil at the end of October is very thin. The veil here becomes thin also for you in October as you close the door, shut the door, lock the door, never to be opened ever again. Close the ancestral ties, lock those, sever those ties, lock it up, and move into a new brand spanking beginning, being strong in mind, body, soul, so that we can start a whole new life going forward. And an abundant one at that. Not saying it hasn't been, but hello. A brand new beginning. You have 10 swords, 10 of wands twice. So we have 3 tens, which is 1 or 4 with the ace. You have 1, 1, 1, 1, which is what? 11, 11. And the infinity sign twice here shows that you have infinite opportunities in October, where it all begins to now come together in whatever fashion that new beginning is for you. Ace of Pentacles brings in a new beginning of what? I did it. I did it. I went to war. I went through a lot of pain and suffering, of the imbalance of knowing what I had to do and making that and putting everything that was 70% back to 100%, right? The 30% of the Three of Swords. The fact that we already knew what needed to be done wasn't as easy. Saying it is easy. Doing it is another. And you have done so. You've gone to war. You've shown yourself to be worthy of this new beginning. And to be free. The horse of freedom. Are you kidding me? And right? What did I say? The holding, receiving the accolades of the torch. Because not only did you sever ties with unavailable codependency of others that showed up in your inner and outer world, you now internally severed those ties with everyone that came before you in the ancestral lineage in order to be the freedom that you are now. Pat yourself on the back, Gemini. This is incredible. Yeah, you're tired. This is still upright. So just know that that's what you're dealing with also. The mind, when it's tired, it shows up in the body of 10 of Wands. So it creates that, domino effect, right? When the mind's not right, it goes into the body. The body's the navigation system where all this codependent, those voids that we were trying to fill with others became our truth of we need to be whole in order to let go and move on. You've come out of the insane asylum. I mean, I'm just joking, but I'm not, right? The insanity of doing something and accepting that insanity from others by continually taking them back when you know they don't fit the bill. And it's not because of any reason that they're not bad people. They're just not the people for you. People may have potential, but only does that potential become very real when we become whole. When the masculine and the feminine, the mind and the body become whole. And then we know what we are so deserving of, this new beginning and being strong enough to heal from it all, Look, I mean, right? The mind plays tricks. But one has gained wisdom here. The Four of Swords comes out twice. because you already knew, but you didn't want to believe. You didn't want to believe that the change had to happen within you. But then you took a minute to say, wow, I'm going through this over and over again, which is absolute insanity. And that's when you said, oh, I became wise to this. I got it. Somewhere inside had to change in order for my external to start new and begin really living the life that I am so deserving of. I'm going to put that here. Look. This had to happen. Look at this. Emotionally. Emotionally. We had to get in that boat. We had to learn the lessons. We had to let go. What's under here? Spirits, let's look at the truth. There's that sword. Hold on. Right? Look at, this is the 5 of Swords. And the truth that came in real quick, that you learned real quick, the 4 of Swords twice. It happened several times, surely, but the truth came out. And that's that sword that's right here. That's the knowing that we had to say, it's over. We knew it had to end. We knew we had to have this convo. We knew we had to sever the ties that bind. So the 4 becomes a 5 because of this. Because the Knight comes in and says, well, not so fast. And this gets, right? Not so fast. Spirit's wanting to tell the story here for us. We have 3 4s. 4, 4, 4. Sorry, let me just do that so you could see it. 4 of Swords twice with the 4 of Cups. What are we dealing with? Emotional and mental unavailability. And the 4 became a 5 because the truth had to be told. And someone's feelings really got hurt. Maybe it was harsh. If it was harsh to you, like as a recipient, if you were the one getting, or if you were the one, Gemini, speaking up and saying we're done, then it was still, someone fell to their knees because they probably literally couldn't believe that you would do it. And if you're the one that's receiving it, it was verbal abuse. However that plays out, it comes from childhood issues where our father taught us not to settle for less. And to believe that you are all that. These 9 of Pentacles is reversed because guess what? The Ace of Pentacles is here. Coming into the fraction, or I don't know, they said fraction, of the 10 of Pentacles. Then it turns itself around. Do you get it? The action speaks for itself. The action speaks for itself. And then, oh my gosh, the feminine meets the masculine of now what? The embodiment of someone's unavailable emotionally is the walking away, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We said the action taken is that someone, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, this is your body. Just understand that. Sorry. This is someone unavailable emotionally. This is the external of the internal. I may be confusing that what you see on the outside is what you have been dealing with on the inside. And once you left all of that behind, you became whole and the other person is still emotionally unavailable. I hope you get that now. And your new beginning starts as the action of mind, body, literally mind, body, and soul. Mind, you see it, right? Mind, body, and soul. So now we have the trinity of the healing that's taken place where when you were growing up, if that was the contention, right, that thorn in your side of someone not being whole and coming into your life, showing you where the things that are internally, why we choose to take 70% over 100%. And how many times it's going to happen before we finally come to that point in our lives where enough is enough and I'm not going back, because I have learned that the external stuff that of others, emotional unavailability and inability to connect and relate to me had to end. So we know that the end of a situation happens on the external so that the internal starts getting like the message, the memo. So the end of that brings us to the night where we shouldn't do anything right now. If you're in that transitional stage of locking the door and walking and getting on walking and getting on your horse. This is a moment of pause. This is a moment of stillness to really grasp back the heart. Take it to the 10 from the page. And don't look back. Because as you can see, the sun here is the moon here. And that becomes one. Someone's mourning the loss, for sure, of the Gemini. But guess what, Gemini? They know what they did. Don't let anyone fool you, because they know what they did. They know what they withheld. They know. You just needed to get the memo because you realized it. Finally. Someone's going to definitely go through their own dark night of the soul and understand what the dark night of the soul means. They will go through it. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Some of you may have 6 opportunities. You do have 6-6 here. You have 444. So if you are into numerology and understand it, 444 is you are protected by spirit for sure. By spirit, you have been protected by our Heavenly Father with the full moon here, which is, this was also orchestrated by our Heavenly Family, the Holy Spirit being the eagle and or the hawk that's here shown. And the 6 here is the balancing of mind, body, soul connection. Someone needed to learn that lesson over and time again. So that's why that ended, only to orchestrate a new temple of 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles ends up to be probably 3 new projects that will be coming in, maybe from a distance or in the distant near future, within 3 weeks or 3 months. This 3 now turns into this 3, and now we have like, what, 3 3s or 4 3s? So 444 is God's protection, which is ultimately Einstein saying, you know, the reruns, doing the same thing over and over again is insanity. So now you have spirit coming in 333. Why? Because you put boundaries up. You finally found yourself whole and worthy of whatever now, all these new beginnings, new job opportunities, new collabing with others, meeting people of your own tribe will happen. And when you know it, that some of you, this was a divorce or is a divorce, but I feel more importantly, it's severing ties to withholding. This doesn't constitute, that's what it is, withholding. Again, 9, now we have, oh my God, we have 9 of Wands twice. I'm sorry, we have 9 of Wands. This is called withholding. 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. See, this is where September, October come in, of withholding information or withholding the truth that you already knew. 9 of Wands. So that's why the 9s, you have 999. I mean, are you kidding? If you see 999, 9999, 444, you're being protected by spirit. What you need to walk away from brings you wholeness. 9s become, and then the 10 in October. September, October brings in heavenly blessings of a new beginning, a new outlook, the balancing of the mind, body, soul connect. They want me to keep going. Another 4. You have 4 4s. Look it up. This is the future. Oh, you have 5 4s. Oh my God, look at that. You had to close this door and level up, Gemini, so that Spirit, oh my God, Spirit said, once you get it and you never go back again, you have become aware of yourselves. And now we go from insanity to wholeness, to knowing. Sincerity. This is the masculine and the feminine holding hands. And what's in the backdrop? The void. Spirit said, come, grab my hand. Come grab my hand, because what? You became aware of what was happening. Masculine and feminine. Let's get 2 more, please, for Gemini. The unconscious. We unconsciously knew. I mean, come on, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. What? 9s, 4s, and the 3s of the Trinity. We knew that all we had to do was grab hold of what we knew we deserve. We know what we deserve, consciously and unconsciously. And it was just a matter of time. Divine timing. Last card, please, for Gemini. Look at that. The Trinity. Two triangles, 3, the Trinity, and 3, mind, body, soul, as above, so below. The Star of David. Someone, right? Someone unconsciously, through the efforts of the mind, body, soul, said, come on, hang on. You're almost there. Once you get out of the void is the unconscious. We see what's within and what's without. Inner, outer. The inner is the void, the shadow, the ego. You saved yourself, Gemini, and you've become whole. And it has not been easy. And what is coming? The best is yet to come. I send you so many blessings and much love. Literally, the gratitude to Spirit for finally getting you past your own self is epic. Have a great month.